Hi yogis, thank you for joining me today for a gentle yin practice. If you have a bolster, that could be really good for today's practice. If you have just a couch cushion, that can also work well. And then if you have a strap or a towel, that could be nice to have as well. So take a moment, gather those things, and then we're going to begin on our back body. So we'll place the bolster long ways on the mat. And then we'll just come down so that our bottom is close to the back of the bolster, laying down over the bolster or couch cushion, opening the arms to the side. Just lying so that we're opening through the chest here. If this is too much on the low back, you can bring the feet in, just however is comfortable for you. And just taking deep breaths in and out here. We'll be moving very slowly tonight. So in all these postures, please just go to about maybe 60% of where you think you could stretch to. We want to be very gentle with our body. We'll be holding these postures quite a while, so you don't want to go too far too fast. And I'll invite you while we're moving through our postures tonight to maybe think of something you're grateful for. When we start to cultivate a practice of gratitude, it literally rewires our brain and starts to create new pathways, because your brain knows that later in the day you're going to be trying to recall something that you're grateful for. Let's take one more breath here. And then just slowly and gently kind of roll to the side so that you can pull the cushion out from underneath you. We're going to come back to the back body. Bringing our knees into our chest. We're going to give the body a little hug here. And then just drop those knees over to the right, bringing the arms into a tree or a T or cactus. And gazing over that left shoulder. Just a quick twist here. And just bring the knees back through center and drop them over to the left, gazing over that right shoulder. And bring those knees back to center. You can wrap the arms around the knees again. Give the body one more little hug. I am grateful for my body and all the things that it does for me. And then just start to kind of rock and roll the mat so that we can rock and roll a little bit and then roll up to a seated shape and roll over our feet. Coming into a seated shape. And we'll drop the right ear to right shoulder, kind of stretching through the neck. If you want to nod the chin here a little bit, that might be nice. And bring the head back through neutral. Drop the opposite ear to opposite shoulder. Maybe rocking the head a little. Stretching the right side of the neck. And bringing the head back through center. We'll take a big breath in, bringing the arms overhead. And dropping that right palm on the mat, leaning over to the right. Inhale back through center, dropping the left palm. Stretching to the right side. Moving with our breath here, we'll inhale through center. Right palm to the mat. Inhale back through center. Exhale, left palm to the mat. Let's do that one more time. Back through center. And one more time to the left. Good. And bring those arms back to center and open the arms into kind of a cactus here. And open through the chest, gaze towards the ceiling. So kind of a seated cow. And on our exhale, we're going to curl the spine and bring the forearms together in front of the body, kind of a seated cat. And opening back through to our seated cow. Inhale and exhale, cat. It's just flowing here with the breath through these two movements. And warming up that spine. Let's do one more of each. You can just bring the palms to the knees. We're going to bring the palms to the mat actually and roll over our feet, coming into a tabletop position. So the palms will be directly under the shoulders. Knees are directly under the hips. We're going to stretch the shoulders here. So we'll peel that right arm open to the sky, opening the chest, twisting to the right. And then sending that right arm underneath the left, landing the right shoulder, right cheek on the mat. Maybe walking the fingertips of that left arm up towards the top of the mat. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Let's bring that left palm back underneath the shoulder. We'll peel that right arm back, open towards the ceiling, opening to the right. And then leaning that right palm on the mat. We'll go the opposite way. So left arm towards the ceiling, opening through the chest, twisting to the left. And then sending that left arm underneath the right, landing that left shoulder, left cheek on the mat. Walking the fingertips of that right hand towards the top of the mat. Breathing here. Let's bring that right palm back underneath the shoulder. We'll peel that left arm back open towards the sky. And then landing that left palm on the mat. We're just going to send the hips forward a little bit, coming into our cobra. So opening through the chest. If this is too much, you can drop down to sphinx. So coming to the forearms. This is hard on the wrists or the back. I love a good mythology story behind a pose. So the story behind cobra is the Buddha was meditating in a grove, and there were some cobras nearby. But the Buddha wasn't afraid, and he exuded such a sense of peace that it calmed the cobras. And it began to rain in the grove. The cobras slithered up behind Buddha, and one of them raised up and opened his great head over Buddha, creating kind of an umbrella to shield him from the rain, because they were so grateful for the peace that he had provided them. From wherever you are, let's lower the chest down to the mat, rest one cheek on the mat, and we'll bring the palms up, arms long beside the body, palms facing up. We're just going to come active through the back body. So we're going to squeeze the glutes, squeeze the back, the low back, and raise the chest, raise the feet off the back, coming into locust. Squeezing the back body here. And then let's relax everything and rest the opposite cheek on the mat. Let's bring the palms underneath the shoulders. We're going to come up through tabletop. We'll bring the knees wide so we can send the hips back to the heels, bringing the head towards the mat, coming into child's pose. I am grateful for the people in my life who show me love and support. Let's take a few more breaths here. The next in-breath, come back into our tabletop position, so rising up. And then let's tuck the toes and send the hips up and back to our downward facing dog. We're going to come into our pigeon pose on the right side. So bringing the right knee in, we're going to bring the right shin parallel to the top of the mat. Snuggle that left knee back. Sit up tall, big breath in. And then on the exhale, fold forward. If the heel goes in towards the groin, no big deal here. If it's hard on your knees, go ahead and let that happen. Again, just go to about 60%. We're going to be here for a little while. Don't stretch too far too fast. Just big breaths in and out. Maybe on your exhale, you can sink a little further into the posture. Let's take one more breath here. And then bring the palms to the mat, raise the chest, and tuck the back toes of the left foot and send the right foot back to meet the left, coming back into our downward dog. Big breath in, and big breath out. And then we'll just go the opposite way. So bringing the left knee in, bringing the left shin so that it's parallel with the top of the mat. Snuggle that right knee back, chest up tall, big breath in. And on the exhale, folding forward. Again, deep breaths in and out here. I appreciate my body and the opportunity to care for it. Let's take one more breath here. Let's bring the palms to the mat, raising the chest, but we're going to just kind of sit over onto that left hip. We're going to leave the left leg where it is. And then we're just going to bring the right leg around, coming into our double pigeon. So bringing the right ankle onto the left thigh, right about the knee space. If this bothers your knees at all, please just come to a crisscross position. Coming into our double pigeon or fire log. Kind of looks like a fire log, right? Big inhale here. And then as you exhale, maybe walking those fingertips forward, hinging from the hips, not rounding our back, but hinging, picking chest towards the ground. Big breaths here. I am grateful for the opportunity to share positive light with all of you yogis. Take one more breath here. And then walking those fingertips back, raising the torso. We'll uncurl those legs, maybe bringing the feet out in front of us and just leaning back on our hands. Maybe windshield wiper those legs a little bit before we go the opposite way. So bringing the right leg onto bottom. This time, again, if this bothers you at all, just go crisscross here, opposite way though. And bringing the left ankle onto the right knee. Sitting up tall here. And then walking those fingertips forward. Again, hinging from the hips, thinking chest to leg to ground, not rounding. Big breaths here. Let's do one more round of breath here. And then walking those hands back, bringing the chest upright. We'll uncurl those legs again. Maybe bringing the feet out in front. Maybe windshield wiper those legs one more time. And then we're just going to come down to the back body, but grab your strap or your towel as you make your way down. And then we're just going to take our strap or our towel and we're going to loop it around our right foot. And then sending the left leg long. We'll just create a little tension here, just getting a stretch through our hamstring on our right leg. If you don't have any strap or towel, you can also just hold the back of your calf or your hamstring. And just make sure you have your strap or your towel in your right hand. We're going to open that leg over to the right. Try to keep this left hip on the ground. Mine tries to roll up. So sometimes I use my left hand on my little bone here, my pelvis bone, to kind of remind myself to keep that down. Let's bring that leg back through center. We're going to transfer the band to our left hand and bring the leg all the way across the body now. So stretching through that right IT band, through the outside of that right leg. If you need to bend the knee here, that can be helpful. It's pretty intense. We won't stay here too long. And let's bring that leg back through center. You can take that strap or that towel off of that foot, drop that leg to the mat, and maybe stretch it out long. And just lay here for a moment, noticing if you feel any difference between your right leg and your left leg. Just notice. And then we'll go the opposite way. So bringing that left knee in, let's put that strap or that towel around that left foot, kicking that left heel towards the sky, stretching through that left hamstring, the back of the leg. And then making sure you have that strap in your left hand. We're going to open that leg to the left. Again, if that right hip rolls up, just gently place your right palm on your hip just to kind of remind yourself to try to keep that grounded. If that means your leg can't go as far to the left as you want it to, that's okay. Let's bring that left leg back through center, transfer that band to our right hand, and we're going to bring that leg across the body, stretching through that left outside of the leg, the IT band. If you're a runner or a walker, this can be really tough. That can be a really tight area. We'll just bring that left leg back through center, bend the knee, and you can take that strap or that towel off and just put it to the side. And send that left leg long for a moment. Just enjoy that little bit of a rebound feeling. And let's slowly bring those knees into the chest. Giving the body a little hug. Now let's kick the heels towards the ceiling, and we're going to grab the outside edges of the feet and bring the heels in towards the body a little bit, or the knees in towards the armpits, so coming into our happy baby. Maybe rocking from side to side here. I am grateful for the moments of joy in my day. I can release the feet and just keeping those knees in the chest. And then we'll just drop those knees over to one side. So bringing those arms into a T or cactus and dropping those knees over to the right, gaze over the left shoulder. Next inhale, bring those knees back through center. And we'll drop them over to the opposite side, so over to the left. And gaze over that right shoulder. And let's bring those knees back through center. Maybe grabbing the knees again one last time, hugging the body one last time. I'm grateful for my body and everything it does for me. And then just sending each leg one at a time, long to the ends of the mat. Coming into our final resting pose, so arms alongside the body, palms facing up. Feet are floppy. Unclench the jaw, unclench the forehead. Close the eyes. I am grateful for the opportunity to take rest. Begin to bring some awareness back into the body. Maybe wiggling the fingers and toes. Or rolling the wrists and ankles. Bringing the arms up and overhead. Coming into a full body stretch. Bring the knees into the chest. Hugging the body, maybe rocking from side to side gently. And then slowly rolling on to your favorite side. And then slowly and gently pressing your way up and coming into a comfortable seated shape. Let's take a big breath in together, raising our arms overhead, gathering all this restful energy that we've built here together into the palms, bringing the palms into heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today, yogis. I am grateful for each and every one of you. The light in me sees and honors the light in you.